Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel MultiVerse Studio. My name is Babai and in this video I am going to show you how to make a tornado effect in Cinema 4D using Turbulence FD plugin. I would request you to watch this video till the end so that after watching this tutorial you can make your own tornado very easily. So let's start it. So first that you need to do is go to the simulate tab and click it and click particles and click the emitters. Now as you can see the emitter position is towards the right hand side of the screen. So we need to adjust it and make it upward and go to the coordinates of this screen. This portion is for positional value, this is for scale value and this is for rotational value. We need to give 90 degree here so that the blue arrow will appear upward. Now if we play it, it will look something like this. Perfect. So we need to adjust it a bit further. Now let's go to the particles. Here is the birth rate editor and birth rate renderer. Now I'm going to give 280 value in the birth rate editor. So it's mandatory to use the same value in both of these fields whenever you create something, but in this tutorial you don't need to do that because we need variation. So now it looks something like this. Now I'm going to increase the timeline by 300 and let me drag this to the end of it. So now the timeline has become of 300 frames. That means 10 seconds because our project is of 30 FPS. So right now we need something to rotate these particles. Okay, we need to click to the simulate tag and go to the forces. We're going to bring rotation. Now one thing to remember that whatever force or particles you bring in Cinema 4D, by default it's placed towards the right hand side. So again we need to go to the coordination of the rotation field and make this y-axis to 90 degree. You can see the difference, they are rotating, right? While you selected the rotation field, go to the object and you can see the angle speed. Now I'm going to give the angle speed of 45. If you click here, you can find three modes: acceleration, force and aerodynamic wind. I'm going to select aerodynamic wind. Look at this, looking so cool. We have the base of our tornado. What we need to do is we need to right click the emitter and we need to give a turbulence FD tag to the emitter. Once you've given that, click on the turbulence FD tag. You can see there are lots of options here. In this tutorial I'm going to use two channels, temperature and density, and I'm going to give the value 6 to the temperature and value 9 to the density. Okay, now I'm going to go forward in the timeline, say 220 frames, and make a keyframe on these two values, temperature and density, and move forward in the timeline. On 240 frame, I'm going to give 0 values to the temperature and 0 values to the density. Also going to make keyframes of this so that the values will disappear when it hits 220 to 240. Okay, now as you can see, tornado has disappeared after some time. So what you need to do is you need to click the emitter and you can see the top emission is 150 frames. So when it crosses 150 frames, the emission will stop. I'm going to use 250 frames. So now when I click play, the tornado will disappear after it crosses the 250th frame and our tornado base is perfectly ready. Look at this. So now we need to make the body of the tornado. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to drag this pointer to at least like 240 so that I can see how much space is occupied, what is the length of the tornado. So maybe this position will be good. So now click the extension tab, go to the turbulence FD plugin tab and click the turbulence FD container, and we need to make the container bigger than this whole tornado particles so that the tornado particles will appear inside this container. So click the turbulence FD container. You can see, if you don't have this, you can click here container size. You get the voxel size. I'm going to change it to 4. Now the grid size. Here comes the fun part. In the grid size, I have used 300 centimeter into 600 centimeter into 300 centimeter to fill the full tornado inside it. Okay, perfect. Now go to the simulation. Now we need to go and click the temperature. The value is given. We need to make it 0. Click the density channel. Check this one to make it active. Also, I'm going to give a 0 value in the gravity direction. Go to the rendering tab. Now click the smoke shader and in the mapping section in the channel, by default it's none. We need to click it to make it temperature. Below that we can find another shader called fire shader. In the mapping channel, by default it's selected temperature. Use the density. Now you can either change this color, and to do that click on the fire color drop down arrow, go to the load presets. You can change anything from this. I'm going to use this one, flame 1. Okay, that's it. now I'm going to go to the smoke shader option. You can either change the thickness and brightness and the color. I'm going to change the color only. Click the drop down menu of the smoke color and click the load preset, and I'm going to use this color, and I'm also going to change it. So I'm going to click here, click the color and make it gray. Also I'm going to click here and make it kind of white or maybe dark gray. It depends on your preference. So everything is set. Now what you need to do is go to the extension, again go to the turbulence, and now this time click the simulation window. Now I need to click the start button. Okay, now let me see. Look at this. Look at the waves. It looks pretty cool. So the reason I gave bigger values in the temperature and density fields to make the waves look like this. If you give lower values like 2 or 1, you won't find this kind of wave in your project. So this is it, guys. This is how you make a tornado in Cinema 4D using Turbulence FD plugin. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a like, and if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. And also, if you are new to my channel, I would request you to subscribe my channel so that you can learn new video effects techniques, as well as you will get free to use attribution only VFX assets, video effects that you can use them in your own content. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hope to see you in my next video.